Hi everybody. So glad that you can join me today. I'm actually just kind of getting it together. I haven't even gotten ready for the day yet, but I just want to go ahead and kind of get this video out before I get started with the day because I might not get it done, of course. Um, the reason that I'm doing this video, what sparked it for me, was the fact that on the Empowerment Circle, which is my Facebook page, is Spotlight Wednesday. And one of the people, or the person that I'm spotlighting today, is the wonderful and the late Maya Angelou. And one of the things that I was thinking about with her that really made me love Maya is that she was all about loving herself. You are the phenomenal woman. She talks about success. Success is loving who you are and loving, what you can do. And it brought me back to doing a lot of the work on myself that I have kind of let go by the wayside here lately, just because, I get busy. Um, and so when I went back to my transformation box, and it made me want to do a video about self-love and just really, really, loving, who we are. If you don't love who you are, you basically have blocked every blessing, every promise, every good thing that can come to you. You've blocked it. We have to love ourselves. It's just the order of things. And if you follow any of the things that I do, I talk about self-love a lot. I talk about it on my blog, on my Facebook page. And I actually did a live video on my Facebook page where I talked about the order of love, because there's an order to everything, because our God is a God of order. So one of the spiritual laws is the law of order, and even love itself has an order. And a lot of times I think we have it out of order, which is why our love is not fruitful. It doesn't multiply like agape love. It subtracts and it's dead. It's a dead love. It's because we love other people before we love ourselves. That's not right. Or we want to force people to love us because we don't love ourselves. That's not right. Or we build these foundations of love and God isn't even involved. That's not right. So there is an order to love, and it's God, us, and then other people. So I actually do self-evaluation quite often. Let me grab this. This is my transformation box right here. Pretty pink. They're not all pink. This one is a SelfWorth Transformation Box, and it kind of goes along with a brand that me and a partner created called the Coach in a Box, and I actually use these with my coaching clients, and I use it, for myself as well. So let me just show you the box. This is the box here. You see all the little goodies inside. I guess I could just kind of dissect it for you, but one of the things that I have in every transformation box that I do, and there's different ones. This is a SelfWorth Transformation Box, so that's the area that I'm working on right now, but I have goal-oriented transformation boxes, fitness transformation boxes, or wellness transformation boxes. There are just so many different ones depending on kind of what you want, or what's going on with you or the person or me, or whomever that I'm dealing with. But one thing in every box has certain products that come into the box. And one of those are candles. See, I love that our God is a God of color. He made the world in color. He even allowed us to dream in color, which is really cool. So one thing that I always have, and one thing I would say with the boxes, one of the most powerful, magical, beautiful things about them is that they create the sacred space for you. It's like once you open this box, once you grab this box, it's a trigger into your brain that, hey, I'm about to do some soul work. So it creates that sacred space, and it creates that sacred time, and it can be created anywhere. I even have this in my car sometimes. Now, I don't like my candle in my car. I do sometimes. All depends where I'm at. But whenever I feel the need to say, hey, I need to do some soul work, I have my tools right here. The reason it's also called the coach in a box is because some people, they don't have the time for a life coach, or they think they don't, or they think they don't have the money for a life coach. I will say that you have to invest in yourself. That's also part of self-worth and self-love, is actually investing in yourself, and having a life coach or having a wellness coach, and um, investing in your own business, and just investing in yourself. That's really, 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 really important. So this is like an investment in myself, that, hey, I'm going to work on myself. And every time I touch this box, I know what it's for. And I begin to start to work on myself. But one of the things that are in the box is a candle. Usually for self-worth, I'll do like a pink candle, because I want you to fall in love with yourself, because that's what we're called to do, is to be in love with ourselves, pursue ourselves, know what we love, what we like, what we enjoy, and make those things happen for ourselves. But for me, I do this candle. It's has all the colors, because I really need to be balanced. And I think a lot of times when our self-worth is off, everything else is off. We're just incredibly, we spend money we shouldn't spend. We lose instead of gain in our lives when our self-worth isn't where it should be. So I do, this is actually called a chakra candle. It's like a balance thing. It helps, it focuses your energies. And I do believe in color therapy. Color and our mood closely associated. If I want to feel happy, I might wear yellow. If I want to feel powerful, I might wear orange. Color, I think we downplay it a lot, but it's really, really, really important. So I have my candle that I burn. I also usually have headphones in here, but I took them out to use them elsewhere. But they're usually in my box, and they're pink, and I love them. But I have the headphones because maybe I want to listen to some music, or listen to whomever. Like, I know a lot of my clients, when they're doing their financial boxes, I tell them to listen to Susie Ormond, or I tell them to listen to sermons on stewardship and things like that. Because when we're talking about finances, we're talking about the law of stewardship, the law of money. And Jesus talks about money more than almost anything else. And I think we have that really messed up too, but that's another whole dynamic. That's a whole other story. One of the things that I do have, I always have pen, pencil in here, but I have certain journals in here. In my self-love box, I have a journal. It's called Love These Moments. And I usually, not usually, I do. I put different journals in each box depending on what the person needs and what I need. For this particular journal, it has 2 sections. And for every day, I have a gratitude section, and I have an affirmation section. Gratitude, if you follow my blog or Facebook, or if you follow me at all, one of the things that you'll hear me say a lot is gratitude, 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 and keeping a gratitude journal. It's really, really, really important that we live in a state of gratitude. Gratitude is love, and is living in a state of love. Gratitude is God's love language. Be thankful in everything. And it's our love language to each other and to ourselves. So I think when we are not grateful for not just what we have, but who we are, it's a signal to us that we don't have anything to be grateful for, that we're not worth anything, that what we have isn't good enough. And that's just not a good place to be. I was looking, and I'm being very transparent and vulnerable here. Boom. See that? That's laundry. It's clean, but it's on my couch. And I woke up this morning and I looked at it, and my first reaction was, I gotta put my laundry up. But then I came to my box and I said, you know what? I'm grateful that I have so much laundry. That means I can afford clothes in the wintertime. I'm warm. It means that I can afford clothes in the summertime, so I can be cool and fashionable. It means that I'm a lucky girl. You know how many people don't have clothes? You know people don't have shoes? I gotta put my shoes up. They're by the door. I didn't need to put them up in my closet. I looked back when I came in last night, like, oh, I've been just taking my shoes off and leaving them at the door. I've been so tired. I need to get them up and put them in the closet. But I have shoes. There's charities for people who don't have shoes. There are people in other countries who have actual diseases that have invaded their feet, now have invaded their body, who are losing limbs and toes because they don't have shoes. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have shoes. I'm grateful that I have clothes. So when I start to think that way, it not only lifts my spirit, but it puts me in this state of love, like literally happiness and joy for what I have and what I can do with it. So that's what gratitude is all about. And then of course you thank God, like, God, thank you that I have clothes. I have socks. They might be dirty, or they may need to be put up, but I have socks. Thank you, God. So that's what the gratitude is all about. And then affirmations. Affirmations work on the law of live and die by the tongue. Now, see, God just used his words to create us. I mean, he just spoke everything into existence. How awesome is that? And he said we're made in his image. He tells us what we speak, we create. We have to watch what we say. So I have my affirmations, and I talk about this a lot too. If you follow me at all, have an affirmation journal. Say to yourself, I love myself. I love who I am. I love what I look like. I love what I do. I'm God's child. Every promise that God has made is inside of me. All I have to do is manifest it. Like, how cool is that? So I have my gratitude affirmation journal, and you can have them separately, however you want to, in your box. For me, I also have a fitness journal in my SelfWorth box because I want to be healthy, and of course I want to look good too. I'm not gonna lie, but I also want to be healthy. So I have this in my box. In my fitness journal here, it has my fitness goals for the month, because it may not always be I want to lose 50 pounds. It could just be, hey, I want to tone up. I want to lose 2 pounds this month. I want to learn to eat better. I want to have balance in nutrition. And then in the back of it, it also has my weekly fitness goals. That was the monthly. This is the weekly fitness goals, like kind of what you did all week, the duration, activity, what you did. And then it also has my daily nutrition, because you need to keep a food journal. Now, fitness transformation boxes has the exercises you should do, different people that you can Google. It even has like a health and wellness coach card in there for one of my friends who's an awesome health and wellness coach. She's also an empowerment guru. I don't think she knows it yet. And then I have a journal that my life coach sent me, because doctors need doctors, coaches need coaches. And I was going through a particularly hard time, and she wanted to make me feel better. I love her to death. And she actually sent me a journal. Just look at how colorful, look at all the colors and how joyful it makes you feel just to look at it. And basically I just write down all my feelings and things like that in my journal. I also have, because I believe God puts everything here for a reason. I know as Christians, we don't really do the chakras and the colors, and we don't really deal with the stones and the gems, but I think God puts them here for a reason. So I am one who uses everything that God puts here for us. I think it's a way of healing us. I use herbs for healing. It's just, I use sage. I usually burn when I'm trying to meditate. I'll pick a scripture to just meditate on, and then I'll ask God for a visualization. I just want to sit in that space with him and be in the spirit realm with him. I will use like myrrh or frankincense, what they use in the Bible. And we can sit in the realm with God. We can just be there with him and hear him talk to us and minister to us. And that stuff is so powerful, and it's so real, and it's so refreshing to the soul. Like we need that time with him. And the deeper you can go with him, the more your life will be changed. So I definitely encourage that. So in my box I have rose quartz, because rose quartz is a love stone, and I want to love me. And then I also have amethyst. I call amethyst the God stone. It's that beautiful purple, which is the color of royalty. You know, Jesus wore purple. And it's a reminder of him to me. It's a reminder that I want to get close to him. It's a reminder that all the things that are not like him in me, I don't want that. I want it out of me. And one of the things that you will realize when you get close to God is not loving yourself. That's not of God. Because God loves us. And he calls us to love us. And God loves us no matter what. It doesn't change. There's nothing I can do to make him love me more or less. Like, if I did everything perfect, never sinned ever, which nobody's going to do that. But let's just say I did. 100% never sinned. He would never love me more than he loves me right now. If I decide to rebel completely and just be the most awful person, he will never love me any less than he loves me right now. His love never changes. It is consistent. And that's how we have to love ourselves. Whether I'm 20 pounds lighter, I shouldn't love myself anymore. If I'm 80 pounds heavier, I shouldn't love myself any less. We shouldn't love ourselves based on our works. We should love ourselves based on the fact that we're children of God and he made us to be who we are. And yeah, we can always get better. But like Maya Angelou says, if you don't like something about yourself, change it. If you can't change it, then change your attitude about it. But love who you are. Point blank, period. You have to love who you are. And so this box is really, really great for that because it brings you into that space of loving who you are. Another thing that I have in my box, guys, I'm so excited about this. It's just a simple notebook. You can get these from Walmart for like $2. That being said, this little baby is little and you can take it with you, but it has tabs. It has tabs. I'm so excited because it has tabs. I have like 20 of them. I use them for different things. I would suggest, especially if you have an organizational problem, which I do, get these. These are really, 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 really good. I got hot pink because I love hot pink. It reminds me of love when I see it, like a really laugh out loud kind of love, which we all deserve in our lives. And you should have that with yourself. You should have laugh out loud moments with yourself. So this is just a really cool tool that I have in here that kind of keeps me focused on things. Like, and this I would put in all the boxes, but especially in the goal-oriented boxes. Because in the goal-oriented boxes, one of the things that we focus on is focus. So I definitely have this in the goal-oriented box. Okay, so the exercises are like the most important thing in the box. And I would usually have instructions in here for people, especially if they're not having a life coach but just having the box, because this kind of goes, these boxers, I don't know if I already mentioned this before, but kind of goes with the brand that my partner and I have created called the Coach in a Box. And the Coach in a Box is basically what it says. It's a life coach in a box. But the thing is, it comes with instructions with different things, so you know how to do different things. The reason we created it is because sometimes people think that they don't have time for a life coach or they can't afford a life coach. Well, they can get the box, and it has a lot of the tools that your life coach would use with you. But it's like life coaching yourself, which, I mean, you can do that. But one of the things that you'll learn when you start to dig deep into self-love is to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. You know, having a life coach, having a health wellness coach, investing in your business, investing in who you are, investing, just taking empowerment seminars. Like when I give empowerment seminars or I do empowerment workshops with people, they're investing in themselves. They're wanting to become the best of them that they can be. They want to live the life that God has promised them. So they will take the time. I go to workshops. I pay for workshops. I buy books. I buy DVDs. Like, if anything is going to empower me to be better, that's what I do. That's why I spend my money. My money goes into that. I have more more money on my bookshelf than I do in my closet. And I would hope and suggest that that's you too. But one of the things that I periodically do for myself and for my clients is called the Wheel of Life. And the Wheel of Life is actually a pretty common life coaching tool that most life coaches use, though they probably use it in different ways depending on what type of life coach there are. There's so many. I'm a spiritual life coach, so that's how I use mine. But there are several areas in our life that creates the whole person. And I'll just go through them really quickly. Where you live, your social life, your spiritual life, your creative life, your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your self-worth, financial life, work life, transportation, and your romantic life. All kind of go in there together. And then you kind of rate each section from 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. What I do tell people is don't think about it. If you look at, say, physical well-being, and your automatic thing is, oh, I hate myself physically. I'm not healthy. I eat horribly. Don't sit there and go, but I do eat salads more. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just go with your first inclination, because that's the real deal. So as I also have different scoring. I have a scoring technique that I use. My highest score was in transportation, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but I love my car. It's a great car. It gets me from point A to point C. Never broke down on me. God, thank you. I love my car. So a lot of people can't say that. So that's a blessing too. So I also have like an overall satisfaction score that would tell you kind of where you are in life. If you're just great and you're loving it, or if you're kind of average, or if you're really low, like you're hating life right now. I do the wheel. As a matter of fact, what I can do is I'm going to put my email down in the comment section. And if you would like a wheel, I can give you a printout of the wheel and also a printout of my scoring technique. You can actually do this for yourself. And then you can make your own transformation box. Or you can email me back and tell me that you want one. And I can make you one. But basically, this kind of goes with my Life by Design coaching program. I do this for my clients. I also do workshops. And the first thing I do usually in a workshop when I'm dealing with a workshop where we're going to work on transformation boxes or the coach in a box is I do the wheel, because then I want everybody to figure out what box do they need, and then we start building our boxes. It's really cool. It's almost, if you've ever gone to like a vision board party, but not quite like that, because you're building boxes. The vision board thing, that's a whole nother issue that I need to talk about. I know a lot of people are doing the vision board parties, but I don't think they're working for people because they're not doing them properly. A lot of people are just using it as more like a social gathering to get together, drink a little wine or whatever, and just put some pictures on the board. That's not what it's for. It is actually the spiritual law of writing the vision and making it plain. And with that comes goals and all kind of different things. Actually thinking about what it is that you want in your life. Before you can put the vision on the board, you need to have a very clear vision. That's the law of clarity. You have to know what you want in order to create it. I actually do a lot of workshops on the spiritual laws because they're very, very important. And actually, if you want to go to a workshop, just email me. And when you email me, put in your subject life coaching YouTube video, so I know what you're talking about and I can answer you quicker and then get you the information. As a matter of fact, if it's November 30th, if you email me, I say by December the 2nd, give you a little time there, a lot of time actually. I know we're all busy people. If you email me by then, I will actually email you the Life by Design wheel, the scoring card, so you can score yourself as well. And then I can actually offer you a 10 to 15 minute coaching session, whether via email or by phone, just to kind of get you kind of set up so you know where you are. And then I can actually kind of go over what you may need for a transformation box, and I can either build one for you or you can build it for yourself. So when back to the wheel. When I did my wheel of life, I found that my self-worth score was kind of low. So we're all human here, being, like I said, completely transparent. If your self-worth is low, it doesn't matter if you're high in other areas. That area is going to dictate everything. So we have to really dig into our self-worth. So I built a self-worth box and I put my exercises in here. I don't really have instructions for myself because I know what I'm doing. So one of the things that I have in the self-worth box for me and for my clients is questions that, you really need to sit down and look at them and really think about them. They're not questions you just answer in 5 or 10 minutes. But one of the questions, and I'm just going to show you how this works. One of the questions that I ask myself is, what activity in your life lights you up with joy? And sometimes we can get so bogged down with the mundane, with doing the laundry of the world, that we forget what makes us happy and what makes us joyful. And we get bogged down and depressed and we need laughter. Laughter is good for the soul. Friends are refreshing. We need these things. God talks about joy, how he wants us to have joy in life. He wants us to be joyful. He knows that we need joy to be productive, to be creative. We need joy to walk in our purpose and our destiny. We need joy to manifest our gifts. We need joy just to live, to be functional, to have a brain that actually works. We need joy. So it hadn't dawned on me, or I guess I just hadn't thought about it in a while, but I love dancing. And I've been a dancer pretty much my entire life. I took ballet, tap, and jazz for a long time, many, many years. I moved from that and I got into belly dancing, which I absolutely love. Latin dancing, Brazilian dancing, Bollywood, I think it's Bhangra dancing, whatever dancing. I'm there because I absolutely enjoy it. I absolutely love it, and it brings me joy. It makes me happy, and I don't dance anymore. I don't go to dance classes because I can't afford the time to get there. It's like I got so much going on, and time is currency, and we have to know we can't just spend our time. It has to be an exchange, an energy exchange. Time is an energy exchange, and I should talk about that as well. It is one of the spiritual laws of exchange. And so when I say that I can't afford the time to have joy, I really have to sit back and think about that statement. Meaning, I'm getting no joy exchange in my life. I'm exchanging a lot of things and I'm not getting any joy. That's not good. That's not good for any of us. So we have to do those things. So though I may not have the time to go out and take a class, what I do have the time is to dance in my living room, which I do now. And it's very joyful. I do it early in the morning when I wake up. It's a form of exercise, which is good for my body. And it's a form of joy, which is good for my soul. So it all goes together. I love to sing, though I can't sing. You don't want me to sing. I'm not going to sing. But what I do is I turn my car up. I turn my radio up in my car. And I sing at the top of my lungs. And I love it. I have joy with my friends. So I need to make more time. I need to afford the time with my friends because that's a great exchange. So those are the things. I love music. And just sitting and listening to music takes me into another place. So once I wrote that down, I started to apply because that's a revelation. And in revelation is application. If you have a revelation and you don't apply it, because in revelation is application, which is activation. And so we have to, do those things. I actually have a notebook, which I don't have with me, but just like the little pink notebook that I have here with the little tabbies on it right here. I have a section in one of my other ones called application. Application is actually one of the 5 laws or 5 keys of empowerment. The 5 keys of empowerment is actually a workshop and a coaching program that I've put together that I do. And application is actually the fifth key and one of the most important keys, because if you don't actually have a video that I did a speech about the 5 keys of empowerment that I may post at some point in time. But one application is the most important key, because if you don't apply it, then it doesn't matter. You know, when you have these revelations, these aha moments that Oprah likes to call them, the aha moments, if you have an aha moment and you don't do anything with it, I mean, then you've lost. So because I have organization problems, because you can't apply every aha moment all the time. You will forget your aha moment. You will forget your revelation, and you will never apply it. Write it down. So when I have these aha moments, I pull out my notebook because it's small. Like I said, I carry them around in my purse. I have them in my transformation boxes, my transformation boxes. I just pull them out, go to the section that says application, whatever section that is, because it has a tabby. And then I just write that application. I write that revelation. I write how I can apply it. And I pray over it and give it life. And then, I work it in my life. So that's the cool thing. One of the other exercises I have in here is called the tree exercise. Now, the tree exercise is basic. God talks about the trees a lot in the Bible, but he's had long conversations with me about the trees. Trees we are so like them that it's crazy. But we are roots, we're branches, and we're fruit. That's what we are. And so a lot of us have good fruit. We don't know where it came from. It's good to know the roots of that, so you can pass that on to others. A lot of us have bad fruit. We don't know where it came from. It's good to know the roots of that, so we can change it. A lot of us have mixed fruit, which isn't good, because that means you're a double-minded person. So let's figure out where that came from. So I have the tree exercise. Very basic. It's just a tree here. And you start with naming your roots. Like, I'm actually doing one, since I'm doing one for SelfWorth. They're different trees. There's some called trauma trees, where you try to come up with the trauma that's happening in your life that's producing some of your fruit. There's positivity trees, where you put positive seeds in the ground and watch them take root and come up, and then figure out, what kind of fruit that would have for you. And basically what you have is the seeds that are planted, and they start to take root, and then they start to build these branches. The branches are nurturing whatever it is. That's the nurturing stage, whether it's nurturing poison that we planted in ourselves, whether it's nurturing positivity. But this is the nurturing, the mind work, all of that what's happening in the soul. If bitter seeds are planted and they start to grow, you start to nurture those. That's in the branches. And then the fruit of that is what is birthed. So for me, because I know that thoughts create action, I'm looking at my thoughts. So I'm doing a thought tree for myself. And I want to write down all my thoughts that I have. The negative and the positive, which I would use probably 2 different trees. And then what caused that? What seeds were planted? Like if I think I'm ugly, that seed was planted by, kids being bullied. If I think I'm smart, that seed was planted by my mom or a teacher. If I think I'm beautiful, that seed was planted by, So I look at where my seeds were planted, when they were planted, who planted them. And then I look at how that was nurtured. Like, I took that in, and what did I do with that? I reminisced on it. I wrote poetry about how I hated myself. I used language that was self-demeaning. And then the fruit that produced is depression, anxiety, low self-esteem. So that's how the tree works. So I'm actually doing that exercise now to kind of, see where I'm at with things. So this box is really, really cool. it's the work. It's soul work, and I think with soul work, we think everything's gonna come so easy to us, but that's not how it works. But the more work you put into yourself, the more work you put into transformation, the better you are. And at the end of the day, the better you are. So I didn't mean to get into all of this. I really just kind of got sparked, like I said, by Miss Maya Angelou. And I do want to talk about, having those mentors in your life. Like I said, it doesn't have to be anybody that you've ever met before. I have a lot of mentors that I've never even met before. John Maxwell, Susie Armand, Maya Angelou, Miles Monroe, John T. Jenkins, Charles Stanley, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins. I can just go on and on. But it's really important that we take the time, that we really it's really important that we take the time and really start to kind of look and see, like, who is it that we can kind of get ourselves into, and that resonate with us, that can help us be, that can propel us into the greatness that God has for us. And one of those people for me was Maya Angelou. As a writer, as a poet, I've always loved her. Like, always. Every poem she's ever done, I've studied her. I love her work. I love her words. And her words were her legacy. And it was an awesome legacy, because she is still helping generations and generations and generations of people, especially girls and women, that she will never ever meet or know or understand the impact that she's had. And I think that's a wonderful thing. And none of us will be able to do that if we don't love ourselves. And I think the reason she talked about self-love so much is because she went through the vortex of not loving yourself and the black hole that is. And she had to come out on the other side of it, of this phenomenal woman, and realize her beauty was so much more than skin deep. Her beauty transcended her own time. And that's one thing that I pray for all of us, that our beauty actually transcends time. So that's it for me today for the Empowerment Circle. Once again, if you email me by December the 2nd, I think I said, I'll send you, make sure you put in the subject line, life coaching YouTube video, so I know what you're talking about. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, definitely. I know I need to post more. Been just really busy, sorry about that. Definitely check out my blog. You can Google charlottemccoy.com, and that's also be down in the comment section. And on my blog, join my email list. You'll definitely get the updates. But, I do a lot of my coaching through social media. You can't coach every person individually, and even in workshops and seminars, it's aerial. But with social media, I can reach a lot more people. So definitely check out those avenues. Definitely join the Empowerment Circle, and it's the Empowerment Circle. Make sure you put that on Facebook, because there's a lot of things going on that page, and it's always great, uplifting, empowerment things to kind of give you some of the tools you need to get you through the day, but not just through the day, but to kind of give you a different outlook on things. And once again, if you would like a free 10-15 minute coaching session, definitely shoot me an email. Once again, put coaching, life coaching, and YouTube video in the subject line. If you would like to maybe come to some of the seminars or workshops that I do, put that in your email, and we can also talk about that too. So other than that, have a great day. This video went rather long. I usually do not post long videos like this, but Hey, however the spirit moves you, right? So have a great day, guys. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on my email. And I look forward to hearing from all of you. And I would love to hear your transformation journeys. If you decide to do a box on your own, I would love for you to post it on my blog, post it on the Facebook channel, post it in the comments below, and let me know what box you decide to put together and how that's working for you. I'm always up for ideas, and I think that's one thing we really need to do is share our insight with each other. It's not just about keeping and hoarding everything, or just doing it for an agenda. But we're really put here to really help each other. And so that's really, really cool. Okay, guys, have a great day, and I will see you next time.